there should be the problem with the microphone. Yeah. Now voice. Now you should hear my voice, I guess. Yeah, always starting the live stream and preparing for the live stream is a deep pain in the ass, and you never know what kind of flags, what kind of issues you're gonna have today. So each and every time when I'm preparing for the live stream, I have a big checklist for the things that I should check before starting. And quite often, even if I check all the things in the list, still the issues may arise. So let me introduce if everything is working, if you see me, if you see the chart, if you hear my voice and the stream is stable, if you see the pound dollar chart, if you see my watch list on the right, if you see the watermark with the trading instrument in the middle. Yeah, and if you're here the first time, just a quick reminder that during this live sessions, what we do, we trade Forex, we trade gold, sometimes we check the indexes, sometimes we check crypto, oil, silver, and some other instruments. And what we are doing here, we trade the technicals. We trade technical analysis. I teach how to use my trading strategy. The strategies that is based on the multiple time frame analysis, that is based on price action, chart patterns, candlestick patterns. And during this live sessions, I prepare multiple examples of the application of my trading strategy. And my goal is to teach you how to trade. My goal is to help you to get a deeper understanding of trading the rule-based strategy. So I hope that you will enjoy the live stream. As always, remember that a very important element of our live sessions is the live chat. In the live chat, you can ask questions. In a live chat, feel free to ask questions if something is not clear in my analysis. If you want me to analyze some instrument, please do not be shy and ask. And as always, I always repeat that during these live sessions, we have a very simple rule. I will not finish the live stream before I answer all your questions. With all that being said, say hello in the live chat if you're here, if you're ready, if you're listening, if you're watching. And hello CBA, thank you for joining the live stream. Hello Ikram, thank you for being here. Kyo here, beginner, need help in Forex. Brother, I will try to do my best, and I hope that today's trading setups and today's trading plans that I'm going to share with you will help you get the deeper understanding of the whole process. Hello Bogdan, hello science teacher, Aruf here, Christina, Patrick, Stevie, Vaz, C, thank you for joining the live stream. So thinking about what to start today's live stream with, I thought that we should probably start with the gap trading. Though gaps, since the beginning of this year, we got quite a few gaps. I strongly believe that gap trading is one of the simplest and most accurate trading strategies to trade. And your ability to recognize the gaps, your ability to make predictions after the formations of the gaps, your ability to trade the gaps is essential for trading any Forex pair, because gaps trading strategies are always very accurate and provide very nice gains. So I thought when I was preparing for today's session that gaps trading strategy can be the subject that we can start our today's live stream with. Hello EMM, thank you for joining. Tato here, Loyalty Family here, thank you for being here, and Rabindra. So I spotted a gap on dollar index and analyzing dollar index, I will show you how exactly do we treat gaps. And main thing to remember about my trading strategy and about the way how I trade is that no matter whether I'm trading a breakout or the gap or pullback, I always apply multiple time frame analysis, and no matter what setup I spotted, it is always based on the analysis of multiple time frames. So explaining to you how to treat gaps, remember that the approach, the strategy for gap trading will be based on the analysis of multiple time frames. This is a very important element. I know that many YouTubers and coaches on YouTube are trying to keep things very simple, sharing the one time frame, single time frame trading strategies. But unfortunately, the thing is that each and every year trading becomes more and more complicated, and one time frame analysis becomes not sufficient for profitable trading. Yes, more confirmations are needed to open the trade. More signals are required for making an accurate prediction. So remember that multiple time frame analysis is a very, 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 very powerful tool. So each and every time when we analyze any instrument, we start with the daily. Daily time frame is the first time frame that we start our analysis with. On the daily time frame, our task is to analyze the current market trend, to analyze the current sentiment first, and try to predict where the market is going. What is the current mood of the market participants? What do we see on dollar index analyzing the price action since November? We can see that the market was growing steadily. You can see that the market was trading in a steady, healthy bullish trend. You can see that the market was updating the higher highs, the higher lows, and the market was strongly bullish. Then once we reach that high around 110.2 level, we see the local change of sentiment. You can see that after a pullback, the market was trying to go higher, but instead the lower high was set and the market dropped. With that, we can see a clear local bearish reversal. We can see that initially, if the market was bullish and we were trading in a strong, healthy bullish trend here, with this price action that the market started since the middle of January, sentiment started to change. And now we are trading in a minor bearish trend with a nice sequence of 3 lower lows already and 2 lower highs. So locally, it is reasonable for us to be bearish, and it is reasonable for us to look for some, at least for some local bearish continuation. And the second thing that we need to do after we analyze the trend and the current sentiment, we should analyze supports and resistances. We should analyze the structures, significant structures, because these structures will provide the points from where we can trade. Zooming in the chart and analyzing how the market acted since December, we can see a very significant structure right here. Yes, you can see that we got a very strong support here. The support that the market respected many times in the past. It was a very strong structure cluster from where we saw a lot of bullish movements. And the thing is that that support was violated. You can see that with this bearish candle, the market violated that support. That support was broken and the daily candle closed below that. After the breakout, we may assume that the broken structure now turned into a strong resistance, into the area from where bearish continuation may follow. So not only we are trading in a minor bearish trend now, not only the local sentiment is bearish, but also we have the confirmed structure breakout and the retest of a recently broken structure. That can be a very nice area for us to look for shorting. That can be a very nice area for us to look for a confirmation signal to sell. Yes? I hope you follow. Give me yes in a live chat, readers, if you follow and everything is clear. Then, with all that being said, we can start analyzing lower time frames. We already made a nice prediction that with the high probability dollar index will continue falling. Now we need a confirmation. We need a confirmation of our predictions. What can be the confirmation? Lower time frame analysis, multiple time frame analysis can help us to identify the confirmation signal. Let's open the 4-hour time frame and let's examine what is happening on a 4-hour time frame. And on the 4-hour time frame, we can see a very important thing. You can see that over here we have a very nice gap. The market was going up and this gap up was formed. And after that, the market tested our recently broken daily structure. The market tested that blue zone and started to consolidate within that. When you see the gap, once you spotted the gap, you should always remember the rule that there's a very high chance that the gap will be filled. It means that the market should return to the gap opening level. The gap opening level is the level over here. That is the place where the gap opened. And the prediction is that with the high probability, the market will reach the gap opening level. The market will fill the gap. The only problem is, however, we don't know the exact moment when the market will fill the gap. Sometimes the market goes quite far from the gap before it starts filling the gap. That is the main problem. And newbie traders make a very significant mistake trading the gaps. They think that if they see the gap, the market should immediately start filling that, and traders immediately start opening the trading positions based on the gaps. My way is a little bit more sophisticated. With my reasoning and with my way of trading gaps, I always wait for a confirmation signal before I trade a gap. And what can be our confirmation signal in that particular case? After you spotted the gap, after you spotted that the market formed a gap, start analyzing the price action. Price action is the key. Watch how the price acts. In that case, right here, we can see that after the formation of the gap, the market started to consolidate. The market started to consolidate and the index started to trade within this horizontal range. What do we know about these ranges is that when the market forms the range, it signifies that the market finds the balance, that the excess of demand is absorbed by the supply. If previously the market was growing rapidly, why it was growing rapidly? Because it was the excess of demand on the market, bullish imbalance. But when the market starts consolidating within a horizontal range, it means that this excess of demand was finally absorbed, and for that reason the market started to trade in sideways. So what can be, following that reasoning, what can be our confirmation then? What can indicate that the market is going to fill the gap? This support of the range now is the zone from where buyers are buying. We see strong bullish reactions from the support of the range. We can clearly see that it is now the resort for the buyers to buy from. So the violation of the support of the range and the 4-hour candle close below that will provide a significant bearish continuation. It will signify that we have the excess of, at least a local excess of supply on the market, and it will indicate the strength of the sellers. So your signal to trade this gap will be a 4-hour candle close below the support of the range. Then you can open short position on a retest of a broken support of the range, set stop loss above the highs of the range. That will be the safest stop loss for the trade. And you can anticipate that the gap will be filled. And as we discussed, the market should reach that support cluster. So that is going to be your trade. And remember that after the formation of the gap, the price may form some other price action pattern. It can be a double top, it can be the head and shoulders pattern, it can be some other price action pattern. And there's no need to precisely wait for the formation of the range. Yes, you can. The thing that you are looking for is the sign of strength of the sellers. You need some bearish pattern. That is the rule. And for many traders who trade gaps, it is more than enough to just spot, for example, a bearish engulfing candle. So they don't wait for the price action pattern. They just wait for the strong candlestick pattern. That is also the option. Just the price action pattern increases the probabilities that the gap is going to be filled. Yes. Let me know, traders, if everything is clear in my analysis so far. Let me know if you understood the logic behind this trade. And remember that there we discussed the gap trading strategy on dollar index. You can apply the same strategy for trading gaps on any forex pair. You can apply the same strategy for trading gaps on gold, on indexes. Absolutely the same reasoning works there. Yes, so try to apply it. Loyalty Family says we are likely to head high. And yeah, so remember that once you spotted the range, once you spotted the formation of the range, again, there is no guarantee that the market is going to violate the support of the range. The market may easily continue growing, and the resistance of the range can be easily broken. If so, if the candle closes above the resistance of the range, it will be a strong bullish signal. And that bullish signal will invalidate that trading setup. Yes, for you, it will signify that probably gap will be filled a little bit later on, not now. And that will be signal for you to start waiting again. Yes? Ikram says, Vasily, are you bullish in altcoin technically, not fundamental or bearish? Ikram, I did not understand your question, so please try to paraphrase, because I don't know what you are saying. Patrick says, Vasily, please share your insight on what are the tools that we need to make predictions starting with the daily time frame. In order to make the predictions on a daily time frame, as I said, you should first study the basics of price action. As you remember, when we started analyzing daily time frame on dollar index, we started with the market trend analysis. So you should learn to identify the market trend with the price action analysis. You should learn to do the structure mapping, identify the highs, lows, higher lows, equal highs, lower highs, all that stuff. It is crucially important. It is the foundation of price action trading. Yes, so that is the core of your analysis. Then you study the supports and resistances. Then you learn to identify key levels, the trend lines, supply and demand zones, and only then you combine to apply that in the combination. Yes, then you learn to apply the structure mapping, trend analysis, supports and resistance levels for making predictions on a daily. Yes, and then you make it even more sophisticated, adding the multiple time frame analysis. Yes, I hope it is clear. Ikram, not still not sure what you mean. Then, preparing for today's live session, traders, I also have a very nice example of the reversal swing trading strategy for you. So, if you are interested in if you're interested in reversal trading, in swing trading, give me yes in the live chat, and I will share with you how to trade reversal trading setups. Then let me analyze Aussie dollar pair for you. I see a question from CBI about Aussie dollar. Let's open this one and discuss. So what do we see on Aussie dollar pair? Aussie dollar pair, it looks like the market is preparing at least for a local reversal. You can see that since October, the market is trading in a strong bearish trend, and since October, since the market set this higher high around 69.4 level, the market started to fall rapidly, and then the market was updating the lows steadily till we reached this 0.613 level. And if we examine the recent price action, we can spot that over time the market was perfectly respecting the boundaries of this. Let me even draw it from here. I guess it will be better. We were respecting the boundaries of this falling parallel channel. The market was trading in a bearish trend, and the market was trading within this falling parallel channel. Then once we updated the lower low right here, once we set a new lower low, lower close here, sentiment started to change. The sentiment started to change, and you can see that the market violated the resistance of the channel. You can see that it was broken with the high momentum bullish candle. What is also peculiar about the price action here is that we got a very significant resistance cluster right here. We got a very strong resistance cluster from where multiple times the market dropped nicely. And you can see that analyzing the recent historic price action, we got strong bearish reactions from that resistance cluster. And not only the market violated the resistance of the channel, the market also violated that horizontal structure cluster. You can see that here with this bullish candle, that structure cluster was broken. From the price action analysis perspective and from the smart money concepts perspective, that resistance also is based on the level of the last lower high in this bearish trend. And the violation of that, the breakout of that, also gives us a confirmed change of character. It signifies the violation of at least the local violation of this bearish trend. This assumption becomes even stronger if we analyze the price action since the middle of January. You can see that over here we have a very bullish price action with two higher highs and one higher low between them. It gives us a nice minor bullish trend here. So I do believe that all these factors signify that Aussie dollar pair is going to reverse, that Aussie dollar pair is currently reversing, and soon we are going to see a bullish rally, a bullish continuation. The main problem, however, that from such a perspective it is quite hard to say from where exactly the rally will continue. If we analyze the structures, the supply and demand zones, we can spot quite wide expanding demand zone. The expanding demand zone that is based on the horizontal structure right here, on the horizontal structure here, and on a broken trend line. We will assume that within that area buying volumes will accumulate and that buyers will start placing their buying orders within that zone. And with the high probability from that zone, we are going to see a strong bullish reaction. There's one more thing that is very important about that trading setup. So far, we discussed this trading setup from the technical analysis perspective. We discussed that from the perspective of price action, supports and resistances, and some SMC. But fundamentals also play a crucial role in trading, and fundamentals may easily break even the best and the most perfect trading setup. Why I say that? Because today, if we check the economic calendar, we can spot that today we are expecting Fed interest rate decision and FOMC. High impact news event that many market participants are waiting for. And what is important for you to remember is that when we are making kind of a long-term decisions, we should definitely take into consideration fundamentals. And what we should do here in Aussie dollar, we should wait for the FOMC today, and we should check how the market reacts to FOMC, because as I said, Fed may easily invalidate that trading setup with just a couple of words. So we will wait for the Fed. We will check how the market reacts to today's Fed. Most of the time, there's no reaction to Fed. Most of the time, Powell's speeches, FOMC, are ignored because the rhetoric is very weak. But we never know. It is the new year, so it still can be the significant surprise for us. So we will wait for the FOMC today, and if FOMC confirms our technicals, that will give us the best and the most accurate trading setup. Then the fundamentals and the technicals will match, and then we can buy anticipating a bullish movement. I hope it is clear. CBS says there on Aussie dollar pair I spotted head and shoulders pattern on a daily time frame. Yes. There's also the head and shoulders pattern formation right here, but the pattern is quite a big one. If traders, if you're wondering what pattern CBI is talking about, here we have quite a weird one, but still valid inverted head and shoulders pattern. That is the pattern that I see right here, and definitely we violated its neckline. But as I said, daily time frame analysis is not enough, and even though we have confirmed breakout of the neckline of this head and shoulders pattern, we should strictly wait for the confirmation first before we open the trade. So be very careful. Moreover, trading just on a daily time frame, big problem is that stop losses are very big one. Yes, if you trade just on a daily time frame, your stop loss can be many pips. Looking for the intraday confirmation and looking for a signal on intraday time frames, stop losses are much better. Gold traders, if you're here and listening, give me yes in the live chat and I will analyze gold for you. We'll discuss what to expect from gold and FOMC. And let me share with you the reversal trading strategy. As I promised, I saw that many members asked to discuss the the reversal trading strategy. So let's examine New Zealand dollar up here, and let me show you how do we trade the reversal trading setups. So on New Zealand dollar up here, similar to Aussie dollar up here, we can see that the market was trading in a strong bearish trend. The market was falling rapidly, but since the middle of January, the sentiment started to change. What we see is that New Zealand dollar up here was trading within this falling channel. The market was trading within this falling channel for quite a while, and we saw very nice bearish reactions from the resistance of the channel. Then let's examine the price action within the channel. You can see that we got nice resistance right here, and many members can easily recognize, yes, the inverted head and shoulders pattern formation right here. That is our very cute pattern. So similarly to Aussie dollar up here in New Zealand dollar, we have a confirmed bullish reversal. Not only the market violated the resistance of this falling channel, we also violated the neckline of this inverted head and shoulders pattern formation, giving us the confirmed change of character. And now, what is peculiar? We can see the retest of the broken trend line. We see the retest of a broken trend line that matches perfectly with this horizontal structure. Look, we have a very nice horizontal, minor horizontal daily support right here. Yes, so we have a very narrow and cute confluence zone right here. The confluence zone based on the horizontal structure and the trend line. So from that zone, we can look for signal to buy. From that zone, we can look for swing long opportunities. So let's analyze the reaction of the price to that zone on a 4-hour time frame, and let's try to identify the signal. Opening a 4-hour time frame, what do we see on a 4-hour time frame? Again, as we already discussed, on dollar index, we have a very nice consolidation. You can see that the market is now consolidating within quite a weird but still valid range. Yes, traders, here is our range. Look, what is very important for you to realize is that the resistance of the range right here is quite wide. It is based on this 4-hour structures as well, giving quite a wide intraday resistance cluster. So that is the range where the market is now stuck. That is the range where the pair is now coiling. And the main reason why the pair is now consolidating and coiling and trades in sideways is that probably the market participants are waiting for the FOMC. The market participants are waiting for the high impact news. The market participants are waiting for the Fed to make a prediction, to confirm the future direction of the market. So your signal after the today's Fed, your signal to buy New Zealand dollar pair after FOMC and Fed will be the violation of the resistance of the range. If the 4-hour candle closes above that, that will give you a strong signal to buy. That will give you a strong signal that will indicate a highly probable bullish continuation on New Zealand dollar pair. So after the breakout, set your buy limit order on a retest of a broken resistance of the range and anticipate a bullish movement. Then we can expect a bullish movement at least to current high. Set stop loss below the lows of the range, and you can have a very nice swing long trade with more than 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Yes, it can be a very nice trade. And what I like about this trading setup is that this trading setup is based on the combination of technical analysis, multiple time frame analysis, and the fundamentals. In that particular case, we will look for the breakout of the resistance of the range after the Fed and FOMC, so that the, as I said, the technicals and fundamentals would provide the same outlook, right? So that is the focus. Remember that, again, the market may easily violate the support of the range. The market may set a new lower low, lower close right here and continue falling. It can also be the case. And if so, if the market drops lower, just don't trade. Just don't trade and wait for another trading setup. Let me know, traders, if everything is clear, if you got the idea of this reversal trading strategy, of this multiple time frame analysis based reversal swing trading setup. Yes, and let me know if you have any questions. Let's check briefly US 100 index. I see a question from Noah about that, and then we will analyze gold. So where's US 100? Here it goes. Bogdan says New Zealand dollar has a gap 24th of January. Here, yeah. By the way, yeah. On New Zealand dollar here, we also have the gap right here. And what is important about this gap is that, technically speaking, that gap wasn't filled. It is still not filled, and the fact that this gap is still there, not being filled, increases the probabilities that soon it is going to be filled. So, Bogdan, absolutely agree with you. And by the way, you die. Definitely, the fact that it is here increases the accuracy of this trading setup. Yeah. Then let's check US 100 index and discuss the current situation, current buys. So again, by the way, we got the gap on US 100 index, right? This one. And remember what I told you at the beginning of the live session, that there's a very high chance that the gap will be filled, but we never know when exactly the gap is going to be filled. And you can see that after the formation of the gap, New Zealand dollar, the US 100 index dropped much lower. The market was falling like crazy. But then, a very important event happened. If we analyze the price action on the 4-hour time frame, look what we got right here. We got the 4-hour resistance right here, the intraday resistance. And at the same time, look what happened. The market set lower low right here, then we set the higher low, then one more higher low. We got a very nice example of a bullish accumulation here. We got a very nice example of a bullish accumulation pattern on US 100. And the resistance, that 4-hour resistance, was violated with the bullish balance. We formed a very nice high momentum bullish candle right here. That is the clear sign of strength of the buyers. That is the clear indication that we have a strong excess of demand now. And that is the signal that now, probably, the market is going to fill the gap. So we can expect that soon, very soon, the market is going to fill that gap, go up and return back to this gap opening level. So bias now is very bullish, and I guess probabilities are high that for now growth will continue. Yeah, and thank you for asking Noah about this trading setup. I was monitoring that since Monday, basically, when we got this sell-off caused by the this Chinese AI. I forgot its name. Yeah, but I was surprised by the hype and the sell-offs that triggered the release of that AI that was Yeah, that was very, very surprising to me. But by the way, I tried that, I used that, and yeah, it's really nice. Comparing to ChatGPT that charges $24 for months, yeah, it's completely free. So, and I tried to test that. It's at least it has the same quality. So yeah, why to pay $24? Yeah, DeepSeek, yes, David, DeepSeek, yeah. So of course it's not the advertisement, but in my work, I do a lot of writing. I write a lot of articles, and I frequently use the AI for checking the grammar, for giving me the ideas for some smart thoughts, and I use ChatGPT, and then probably I'm going to completely switch, and I think that I will not pay my next monthly subscription for ChatGPT. Yes, as I said, why to pay if you have the same thing with the same quality and for free? Yeah, so now let's check gold. Let's check gold tiers, and let me open the naked chart. And let's discuss what is happening right here. So with my students, we have discussed on the yesterday's live stream a very important trend line that the market tested. Look, if we analyze the price action on a daily time frame, we can see that since the beginning of the year, gold is very bullish, and we are trading in a steady, healthy, bullish trend. And in this bullish trend, the higher lows perfectly respect that rising trend line. And from that rising trend line, we see nice bullish reactions. What happened with the market yesterday? Yesterday, the price tested that trend line. We got a test of that trend line. And look how the market was reacting to that trend line. You can see that after the test of that trend line, we started to consolidate. The consolidation started. The market started to trade in sideways, and here was the range that the price formed. The market was accumulating within this range, right? And then the broke out of the resistance of the range was a strong bullish signal. Yes, it confirmed that within that range, buying volumes were accumulating, and that buyers were silently buying, accumulating their long positions within that range, and then the formation of this imbalance confirmed highly probable bullish continuation. Yes, and then the market went up. And today, everything will depend on the today's FOMC. Let's return back to daily, and let's quickly execute the structure analysis. Look what we have at the moment. At the moment, we see that gold is trading between two structures, even three structures. We have rising trend line and this horizontal structure. It composes right here a very nice, yes, a very nice demand cluster. Yes, that is our current demand cluster based on the rising trend line and this horizontal structure. At the same time, we have the resistance based on the current all-time high. Yes, that is our significant resistance cluster that was nicely respected with the victory of Trump, and from where significant bearish rally started in November. And depending on the today's FOMC, we can project three potential scenarios. So first scenario is that the today's rhetoric of the Fed and today's interest rate decision will not affect the markets at all. Yes, it can be that today's Fed and today's Fed interest rate decision will not affect the markets at all. So if so, then probably the market will continue growing. The trend is now bullish, and then we will most likely test the resistance based on the current all-time high. Then there can be another scenario. With another scenario, we may see a strong bullish movement after the Fed and the today's FOMC, and with that, the breakout of the resistance cluster based on the current all-time high will be a strong bullish signal. If the market manages to violate that resistance and close above that on a daily, it will open a potential for more and more growth. It will update the current all-time high. It will confirm that probably we should not expect much from Trump, and that the market will go higher and higher and higher to the new highs. Yes, that is the bullish scenario. Alternatively, today's FOMC and Fed may also trigger a bearish reaction and the sell-off. And for you, then, main focus will be on the trend line and this horizontal support cluster. The violation of them too will trigger a bearish continuation. So you should monitor how the price reacts to that blue demand zone based on the trend line and the horizontal structure. And if the price violates them too, if the daily candle closes below them too, then most likely we are going to drop lower. Now let's briefly check the intraday price action. Let's discuss the things that we can watch today ahead of the Fed and the things that we can trade ahead of the Fed today. Alisa says, please analyze dollar index. I started today's live session with the dollar index analysis. I shared a very peculiar strategy for trading the dollar index today, so please check the beginning of the live stream. Yeah, I guess I was talking about dollar index for more than 15 minutes, so you will definitely enjoy that. By the way, let me introduce in the live chat, what are your expectations from the today's Fed and FOMC? Are you bullish or bearish? What is your reasoning? Because from the technical analysis perspective, definitely it is bullish. It is bullish. The trend is bullish. We keep respecting that trend line. We see the willingness of the buyers to buy from that. So most likely it will continue growing. But as I said, the best technicals can easily be broken by the strong fundamentals. So for that reason, of course, waiting is the best strategy to follow. But what is your reasoning? What are your views? If we check a 4-hour time frame now and check the intraday significant structures, we can spot quite a nice intraday resistance cluster. Yeah, so if you want to trade gold ahead of the today's FOMC, and if you want to look for some day trade before the today's FOMC, I think that you can look for a breakout of that 4-hour resistance. The violation of that and the 4-hour candle close above that can give you a local signal to buy. That will push the prices to that yellow resistance. So that can be the opportunity to buy, I guess. Yeah. Bogdan says bearish. They need to make USD strong for PR for Trump. You know, if we check dollar index for example, we can see that from the dollar index analysis perspective, the dollar is very strong. And I think that the voters do not really care about the gold prices much. So if we check how dollar acts versus the major forex peers like euro, like pound, like Australian dollar, United States dollar is very strong. So I don't think that gold is really taken into consideration here. Yeah. So then let's check Aussie yen. I see a question from Ikram about Aussie yen. Let's discuss it. What do we see on Aussie yen? Now on Aussie yen, we have a very nice support, if I remember. Yeah. Daily time frame. On a daily time frame, look, we have quite a strong support right here that the price is testing. And based on that support, we can actually build a nice trading plan, because here's our second support, and if the price breaks and closes below that blue support on a daily, then we can anticipate a bearish continuation to that support. That is the first plan. The second plan is to look for a pullback trade from that support, and following that plan, what should we look for? Let's check the intraday time frames, and let's look for some nice signal here. On an hourly time frame, we can see nice minor resistance right here. Yes, and that minor resistance can be used for confirmation. Yes, that minor resistance can be the foundation for a double bottom, for example. So if we go up, if the price violates that yellow resistance and closes above that on an hourly time frame, we can consider buying. We can look for buying, and we can buy in a retest anticipating a bullish movement to that resistance with a stop loss lying below the lows. So that can be your pullback trade on Aussie yen. The thing that you need is to let the market complete the pattern, return back to this yellow resistance. Then you should wait for the breakout of that yellow resistance and the hourly candle close above. Then you can set your buy limit order on a retest and anticipate a bullish movement to that resistance. Yes, that can be your plan. So depending on the reaction of the market to today's news, depending on the price action before the news, yes, here are two scenarios. Sell the breakout of that support, anticipating a continuation to that support, or look for a pullback trade following this plan. Yeah. Then, what will be the next one? I see a question from Patrick about Pound New Zealand here. Let's check Pound New Zealand and discuss it. So what is up with Pound New Zealand? Now, on Pound New Zealand, the market was accumulating for quite a substantial period of time. On a daily time frame, we can spot this range, the range where the market was staying for quite a long time. Yes, for two trading weeks, the market was within that range. And finally, this week, the range was broken. The range was broken, and the daily candle closed above the resistance of the range. Then if we analyze the significant resistances, if we look for the closest strong resistance on Pound New Zealand pair, I guess you would agree with me that the closest resistance from such a perspective is right here. Yes, that is our closest strong resistance on Pound New Zealand. And I think probabilities are high that growth will continue and that the market will reach that resistance. So far, it looks like it is the goal for the buyers. Then let's check the intraday price action. Yeah, on the 4-hour time frame, we see a local consolidation. Now, on the 4-hour time frame, we are now coiling within this. We can even call that a bullish flag, by the way, because we have a very strong bullish wave and then the sideways movement within this parallel channel. And then, if so, broke out of the resistance of the flag, and the 4-hour candle close above that can give you a signal to buy, anticipating a bullish movement. So it can be just a scalping trade or the day trade based on the breakout of that 4-hour resistance. Our daily resistance is quite close. The distance between the current high and the resistance is around 26 pips. So that is kind of the profit that you can make trading that breakout. Yes, so that is basically the outlook for pound New Zealand. Kalyan says we can expect 27.90 this week. Let's return back to gold and let's open our chart. 27.90, you see, this week. 27.90 is above the current all-time high. Yeah, it's kind of, or depending on the quotes, it can be just above the current all-time high or the all-time high. Man, I think it is very probable that 27.90 will be reached this week. Yes, because watching how strong gold is since the beginning of the year, I think that the rally most likely is going to continue. And, you know, this bearish movement that was caused by the election of Trump and the victory of Trump feels like the market overreacted the real impact of his victory. Yes, as I mentioned in my last video so far, we see a clear change of rhetoric, and unfortunately, so far the words sound louder than the real actions. And who knows how much time he needs and his administration needs for the real actions. And there's no guarantee that we are going to see the real promised actions at all. So with all that being said, I think that probabilities are extremely high that we are going to retest the current all-time high and even continue going higher. So being bearish means going against the current strong bullish trend, and probabilities of that, of course, are much lower. Yeah. Then I see a question from David about Bitcoin. Let's check it and discuss. So Bitcoin is now coiling on that key support, and we see, let's open the naked chart. So it would be better for us to concentrate our attention on the naked chart. Yes, Noah, yeah. Do not spam. I see your question. So on Bitcoin, we see that at the moment the market is stuck within this range. Yes, that is the current trading range where Bitcoin is now trading, and we see that on Monday the support of the range was tested, and so far it is respected. So I think everything will depend on the Fed today, and of course, watching how bullish is Bitcoin at the moment, I do believe that probabilities will be, of course, higher, that we are going to see a bullish movement to the resistance of the range. I see already quite a nice sign of strength of the buyers on a 4-hour time frame with the formation of the cup and handle pattern on a 4-hour. Yes, that is the cup and handle pattern that the price formed. The market violated the neckline of the pattern, retested that, and we can easily continue growing now. So that indicates that so far technicals are strongly bullish and we can expect more growth. But as I said, the main catalyst for today is going to be the Fed. So probably it would be a good idea to wait for the Fed and FOMC first. But technicals are strongly bullish. Mindset Vault says, please is gold buying? Yes. We made the conclusion that gold so far looks very bullish. Yes, and thank you, Bogdan, for your feedback. Pound yen. Did I analyze pound yen? I didn't. Yes, pound yen pair. With the pound yen pair, it is very interesting because pound yen is clearly slowing down. We have this support right here, and we have this resistance right here. And for the last 4 days, we can see how nicely the market is slowing down. First, we got a strong bullish candle right here, high momentum bullish candle. Then weaker bearish candle, then even weaker bullish candle. So the market is definitely weakening, and the market is definitely waiting for something, and probably the market is waiting for the Fed to do so far. I suggest concentrating your attention on this horizontal range on a daily. Bullish broke out of the resistance of the range, and the daily candle close above that will push the prices higher to that resistance, while a bearish violation of that support will trigger a bearish movement to that horizontal structure. What else can we spot right here? So far in the 4 hour, we just see in details how the market is consolidating and cheating in sideways. So yeah, so far I see nothing special here, so concentrate your attention on this horizontal range. Theory says, came later, what about US 100? We analyzed US 100. Please, brother, check the recording. Yeah, I guess it was analyzed around probably 20 minutes ago. Yeah, and by the way, when I finish the live stream, I will also add the time codes so that it will be more convenient to watch the recording. Yeah. Then Sammy says, earlier last week the support tested perfectly at 2730 zone on gold. Let's return back. So Sammy says, let's change our, yeah. So what Sammy says is that last week the market nicely respected support 2730. Yes, that is the fact. Yes. Can you confirm if that region could be the floor for the coming fundamentals? Yes. And Sammy, if you just during the live stream, when I was sharing my analysis for gold for today, I said many times that zone right here is crucially important for gold, and that is going to be the main focus for the buyers and for the sellers. So if you missed, please check the recording, and you will learn why that zone is so important. Yeah. Then what is going to be the next one? Euro yen. Question from science teacher. So far on Euro yen pair, what do we have? We have a strong daily resistance right here that was tested recently, and we have some support cluster right here. And we see with the formation of the doji candle yesterday, the market clearly indicates the current weakness, the local balance between the supply and demand. And again, it probably happened because of the today's Fed, and most likely today Euro yen is going to continue consolidating before we see the Fed rate decision today and the FOMC. You can see that on a 4 hour, we are now trading within this horizontal range, and we are consolidating. And if you are scalper, day trader, so far you can consider this horizontal range for day trading. You can look for shorting from the resistance of the range, and you can look for buying from the support of the range. You can watch carefully how the price reacts to the support of the range, and you can look for the confirmation signals here to buy. So watch how the price acts within that orange support and look for some bullish pattern that will confirm that the market is going to go up to the resistance of the range. So you can buy anticipating a bullish movement. Yeah, so that is going to be the main focus before the Fed today. I think that so far the sideways movement is going to continue, and then that the market is going to continue trading within that range. Yeah, I hope, science teacher, you agree with me. Bitcoin, we analyzed US30 index. What is up with US30 index? We have nicely violated quite a strong resistance. Yes, we got a strong resistance right here that was broken. And now main focus is the reaction of the market to the current all-time high. We are stuck around the current all-time high. And of course, watching how strong is the index, how strong are the bulls on US30 index, chances are high that we are going to violate that resistance and go higher. Chances are high that the market is going to break that resistance and set a new all-time high. For you, the breakout of that orange resistance will be the signal to buy, anticipating a bullish continuation higher to the new all-time highs. So from such a perspective, the outlook is very bullish. Wait for the FOMC and be ready to buy then. Yes, looks like even the hype with the Chinese AI and this local bearish movement that we saw is not the obstacle for US30, and the index is going to update the all-time high soon. Then what is going to be analyzed yet? Bitcoin, we checked. If you missed the Alize, if you missed Bitcoin analysis, please check the recording. We made quite a bullish prediction there, so check if you missed it. And Alamjir asked to analyze gold. Brother, we already analyzed gold, so yeah, so please check the recording. And Karyan, yes, man, I see your question. I already answered that. Most likely 2790 level is going to be reached. Yeah, cheaters. For some reason, Bitcoin cheaters woke up. Cheaters, we are bullish on Bitcoin. We spotted quite a bullish setup on a daily and 4-hour time frames today. So far the outlook is very bullish, and we discussed that main trigger for today's FOMC. But so far technicals indicate a highly probable bullish continuation. Dollar yen. Question about dollar yen. So far, traders, dollar yen looks bearish to me. From the trend analysis perspective, we can see that dollar yen pair started to trade in a minor bearish trend on a daily. You can see that we formed a nice bearish impulse, retraced at a lower high, dropped lower, updating the lower low. We successfully violated that key daily horizontal structure support. We closed below that on a daily, leaving one more strong bearish clue. Then if we zoom in the chart and analyze how the market was falling since 10th of January, we can also spot this falling trend line. Strong falling trend line, that is a strong vertical resistance. You can see that we got the test of that trend line today. So from that trend line, we can look for a bearish confirmation. And we have one. You can see that after the test of that trend line, dollar yen started to consolidate. We started to coil within this horizontal trading range. And this morning, the support of the range was broken with the high momentum bearish candle. We have a very nice bearish engulfing candle that engulfed the bodies of 1, 2, 3, 4 bullish candles. Yes, that is a very strong bearish candle that the price formed. So with the high probability, the market will continue falling now. We have a strong 4-hour support right here. And I think that that support can be the next goal for the sellers. So today we went through a lot of different setups. I explained to you how to trade gaps. I explained to you the gap trading strategy with the multiple time frame analysis. We discussed the reversal price action strategy based on price action patterns, based on the breakouts of the trend lines and multiple time frame confirmations. So I hope that you learned something new, traders. Be ready for the today's FOMC. It is high impact news event, so make sure that ahead of the news you protect your trading positions. Do not risk much ahead of the release of the interest rate decision and the Fed press conference. Watch carefully how the market acts afterwards and be patient. Patience is the key. So, always, traders, if you are interested in more learning, if you want to learn how to trade, do not forget to check my website. On my website, you will find a lot of free educational articles about trading. You will find more than 40 articles about gold trading, about price action trading, about Forex trading basics. Visit my website, VasilyTrader.com, and just check the free education page. Also on my website, you will find the information about my books, my trading course, my trading academy, where I do such live streams on daily basis, and about my VIP signals. Join my free Telegram channel, subscribe to my TradingView page to not miss my next free trading signal. All the links will be in the description to this live stream. Also subscribe to my Instagram, and thank you so much for joining and listening. For those who missed the part of the live stream, the time codes will be provided, so it would be easier for you to watch the recording. Thank you so much. Thank you for your questions. That was a great live stream. So many members, so many questions. Yes, so good luck to you trading the Fed and FOMC today. Thank you.